Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. In today's video, we are starting one of the most important problem from the LeetCode series, and the problem is the two-sum. This is actually one of the most popular beginner problem on the LeetCode, and it teaches you an important concept used in many real coding interviews. So today we are going to cover the problem two-sum and the brute force approach, the time complexity, and finally the optimal hash map solution that interviewers accept. So let's read the problem statement first. So we are given an array integer nums and integer target. Return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So basically, the problem gives us an array of the number called the nums and a number called target. So our goal is to find the two numbers in the array whose sum equal to the target and their indices. We have to return their indices. For example, like if you see 2, 7, 11, 15 and target is 9. So output here is the 2 plus 7 is the 9 and their indices are the 0 and 1. So the output will be the 0 and 1 of an array. So and remember, you cannot use the same element twice. There will always be exactly one solution. This is exactly catch a edge case in this. Now first move to the brute force solution. The simplest way to solve this problem is by checking every possible pair. So we run two loops. The first loop pick the first number, and the second loop check every number after that. So then we check if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to target or not. If yes, then return the indices. So let's write the code here. For let I equal to 0, I is smaller than nums dot length I plus plus, and here start a inner for loop for let j equal to I plus 1 and j is smaller than nums dot length j plus plus, and we have to check whether nums of I plus nums of j equal to target or not. If yes, then return the I and j, and there is no exactly one solution. Oh, sorry. No, but okay, I have to run this first run the code. Yes, it accepted but 3 test cases. Let's try to submit the solution. Yes, our solution is accepted. All the 63 test cases are passed. Basically, we are using two nested for loop here. And the first one is the from I to n nums dot length, and second one the I plus 1 to nums dot length. And the time complexity becomes the big of n square because of the nested for loop. That means if the array size increases, the number of comparison grows very fast. So the solution works, but it is not an optimal for the large input. Let's look at the optimized solution. So instead of checking every pair, we store number in the hash map as we iterate through the array. Idea is simple that we are using the JavaScript programming language, and in this we have a map means we can easily store the value by key value pair. So first we check means for every number we calculate their complement, means target minus 1 or target minus current number. Like here we have 2 and target is 9. We check 9 minus 2 is 7. We store into the map and as a complement. Then we check in the next we check whether the 7 is present in the map or not. If yes, then we return their indices and the current number. So let's see. So we are using map. So for first we have to we are using JavaScript. First we have to define the map, const new map, and here start a for loop. Let I equal to 0, I smaller than nums dot length and I plus plus, And here we have to first count the complement. Complement equal to target minus nums of I. And if nums of if the map dot has this complement and this complement, then we just return the map dot get the complement value with the current index I. Else we set the value map dot set nums of I with the I. So let's try to run the solution. Yes, it accepted 3 test cases. Let's try to submit the solution. Yes, our test, all the 63 test cases are passed. So basically in the JavaScript map, we store the key value pair. Here key is the this number, like 2 here, 7 is this, 11, 15 means the array elements are the keys, and their value is the keys are always the unique, so we have to use this, and value here is the their index. So we store that index means their value, and we check whether map dot has that complement that this nums of I or not. If yes, then we first get the value, that means the index value, and return the current index also. That's how we solve the solution. And time complexity here is the big of n because we are using the single for loop, and space complexity also big of n here in this method because we are using the map. Which is much better than big O n square as compared to the last one. And whenever you see problem related to the pairs, target sum or lookups, think about using a hash map or set always. And this pattern appears in many coding interviews, and that is the two sum problem, one of the most beginner problem on the LeetCode. Every beginner starts from this problem in the LeetCode. If you enjoyed the explanation and want to get better at the DSA, make sure to subscribe to JDCodebase because in this series we are solving 170 important LeetCode problems step by step. Also comment below if you solve this problem using a different approach or not, and I'll see you in the next video where we tackle another important problem from the array fundamental section. Thanks for watching.